Some separations are not endings, they carry the wrong feeling for endings. They have the shape of an ending, the distance, the silence, the specific quality of two lives no longer intersecting in the daily ways they used to intersect. But they do not have the interior quality of something that is actually finished, of something that has been resolved and completed and placed with genuine finality in the past. You know the difference. You have always known the difference. There is a specific quality to something that is genuinely over, a quality of settled, of something that was real and that is now simply behind you, not because it stopped being real, but because whatever it needed to produce in you has been produced, and the chapter has closed in the way that completed chapters close. What you are carrying does not have that quality. What you are carrying has the quality of something that has been interrupted. And interrupted things have a different relationship to time than ended things do. Interrupted things wait, they do not resolve, they do not complete themselves simply through the passage of time. They remain with the specific, persistent quality of something that has not yet found its conclusion. I want to begin with the truth because the title names it, and truth in this context deserves its full, honest description. The truth is not a revelation, it is a recognition. The specific, quiet, always was there quality of something that was known before it was formally acknowledged, that has been present in the interior for the full duration of whatever the separation has been. That did not arrive during the separation. That was present before it and remained present through it, despite whatever was said or done or decided at the surface level. The truth underneath the separation, that you know who this person is to you, not in the abstract, everyone has significant people quality of simply caring about someone. In the specific, irreducible, this is not replicated elsewhere quality of a connection that occupies a particular place in your understanding of what is real and what matters. That has a texture and a depth that the ordinary calculus of a relationship not working does not fully account for. The truth is not dramatic, it is simply accurate. And accuracy, when it concerns something this significant, has its own particular weight. Let me describe what the never meant to be apart actually means. Because meant is a strong word and it deserves examination. It is not a claim about fate in the sense of predetermination, not the assertion that some external force has decided how your story must go and that resistance to that decision is futile. Fate, in that sense, is not what I am describing. What I am describing is something more internal, the specific quality of a connection that does not behave like the connections that actually end, that does not diminish in the way that things diminish when they have run their natural course. That does not produce the specific, gradual, the intensity is naturally fading quality of something whose energy has been spent. What persists does not behave like what has ended, and what persists is information, not about destiny, about the nature of the connection, about what it is and what it is capable of and what it continues to be, regardless of what the current arrangement suggests about its status. You have been paying attention to that persistence, even when paying attention to it has been uncomfortable. Even when the more comfortable position would have been to let the persistence be reclassified as something smaller, as nostalgia, as the ordinary human tendency to remember significant things, as anything other than what it actually is. You have not let it be reclassified because you are someone who does not easily lie to yourself about what is real. And I want to speak to the separation itself because the separation has a content, and the content of it is worth sitting with honestly. Something produced it, not nothing, not a fundamental incompatibility between two people who were wrong for each other from the beginning, something more specific, a circumstance or a timing or a readiness gap or the particular human quality of two people being where they were when the separation happened rather than where they might be now. The separation was real. The things that produced it were real. And those things deserve honest acknowledgement rather than being minimized in the interest of a narrative that skips past them to the part that feels better. The acknowledgement is important because the truth that this reading is exploring the truth that the connection has a quality of persistence that separations do not typically produce in things that are actually finished is only useful if it exists alongside an equally honest accounting of what produced the separation and what would need to be different for the connection to be what it is capable of being. Truth is the whole picture, not only the part of the picture that is easiest to receive. I want to speak to something about you specifically, about what the persistence of this connection has asked of you. It has asked you to hold something without resolution. That is a specific, demanding quality of existence that does not receive enough acknowledgement, the holding of something significant without the relief of resolution, without the clean, settled quality of either a clear yes or a clear no that would allow you to know what your life is organizing itself around. The holding requires something. It requires the specific Virgo quality of someone who can be in uncertainty without being destabilized by it, who can carry something real and unresolved in their interior while continuing to function fully in all the other dimensions of their life, who does not require a situation to be concluded before they can be present in everything else. You have been doing that without necessarily giving yourself credit for what it requires. The holding of something real and unresolved is its own form of faithfulness, not to another person, to what you actually know to be true about the connection, regardless of what the current arrangement suggests. That faithfulness has a cost, and it deserves acknowledgement. Tell me in the comments if this is landing where it belongs. Whether the specific quality I am describing, the persistence of something that does not behave like things that have genuinely ended, matches what you have been experiencing. Whether the holding has been as demanding as I am describing it, I want to know where this reading is reaching you. Let me speak to what the recognition of this truth actually does, not what it changes in the external situation, what it changes in how you carry yourself. It gives you permission to stop pretending, not to anyone else necessarily, to yourself. The specific, private, only relevant to you permission to stop performing the version of yourself that has made peace with the separation in a way you have not actually made peace with it. The performance of peace is its own kind of exhausting. The specific, ongoing, requires daily renewal quality of maintaining an appearance of resolution that does not match the interior, of presenting in however subtle a form a settled quality about the situation that the interior does not share. Recognizing the truth does not require you to do anything dramatic with it. It does not require you to reach out or make a declaration or take any external action that would change what the current situation looks like from the outside. It simply requires you to stop spending energy on the maintenance of the pretense. And that stopping that specific quiet internal release of the performance frees something, energy that was being used to maintain a position you did not actually hold, returned to you to use for the actual navigation of what is real. I want to speak to what is real because the reading has been circling it and it deserves to be named directly. What is real is the connection. Whatever the current arrangement, whatever the status of things at the surface level, whatever has been said or not said, or decided or left undecided, underneath all of that, the specific, persistent, does not diminish quality of what this connection actually is. What is also real is that connections of this quality require honesty to be what they are capable of being, not the honesty of a dramatic declaration, the honesty of two people engaging with what is actually between them rather than with the managed surface level version that the current arrangement has been producing. That honesty is its own form of work, and it begins always with the interior, with you being honest with yourself about what you know before anything else, before any question of what to do or when to do it, or whether the other person is in a position to receive whatever honesty might be offered. Your interior honesty is the beginning. It is what you have actual control over. And it is what this reading is asking you to offer yourself. I want to say something about the timing of this truth arriving in full force, because truths of this kind do not arrive or deepen randomly. They tend to arrive when you are ready for what they require. Not ready in the sense of having everything figured out, ready in the sense of having developed sufficient self knowledge and self possession to hold the truth without being destabilized by it, to know something significant about what you want and need without that knowing immediately collapsing into urgency or fear or the specific forward lurching quality of someone who cannot be in the knowledge without immediately having to act on it. You can hold this without it requiring an immediate resolution, without it demanding that you collapse the genuine complexity of the situation into a simple, actionable conclusion right now. The truth can be known and held and lived with while you navigate what the knowing actually requires. That capacity to hold something real without being overwhelmed by it is one of your most underestimated strengths. As we close, I want to give you one image, not of another person, of you carrying what you carry. In the specific, quiet, nothing performed quality of someone who knows what they know and who has made a private peace with the knowing, not the false peace of pretending it does not matter. The real peace of someone who has stopped spending energy on the resistance to what is simply true. You know this connection. you know what it is. You know it does not behave like things that are finished. And you know that the truth of what it is does not require the current arrangement to confirm it in order to remain true. That knowledge is yours, regardless of how the external situation looks right now, regardless of what the current arrangement suggests. The truth of what a connection is does not live in the arrangement. It lives in you. And you, Virgo, have been carrying it accurately with the specific, faithful, refuses to lie to itself quality that is one of your most defining characteristics. That quality is what will navigate what comes next. Whatever comes next,